Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story, The Head, that was published by Edith Nesbit about more than 100 years ago in the pulp era. It's in our collection here called From the Dead, a recently published horror collection a few years ago that was edited by S.T. Joshi, a famous name in the horror editor thing. He's edited some horror collections and things like Penguin Classics and with H.P. Lovecraft and stuff like that. And he's a big name in the horror field. So he has edited this collection a few years ago that we're doing a deep dive into. The Head is about 16 pages long. I read it last night, just a little over a half an hour, and my oversized collection here. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a little hard to get into it at first, like a page or so, but then once I was in it, I was in it. This is one of my favorite short stories in this collection, so I'm going to be giving it an 8 out of 10. Now, as a reminder, I keep my reviews spoiler free, so I will link you in the comments below to this collection, so in case you want to check it out after this review, or in case you want to try to find, I'll also try to find it for you for free online, since this is past its copyright date expiration, and so I'll also try to find it for you online. Some of these I have been able to find online, the ones that I've looked, so hopefully I'll be able to find that for you for free, so you don't have to spend any money if you just want to read it online. So there you are. So let's go ahead and get started with my review. So what's happening in this short story in the first few pages is that our primary character he's been out and about, and he's in this massive storm that's really bad, and he has come across a mansion that's run by this recluse older man, and our person is a journalist, and he is definitely somebody who has a knack for letting people get to trust him. He tells lies, stories, and that sort of a thing in order to get people to trust him, and then he publishes their secrets in newspapers. Now, as a reminder, this is during the era of yellow journalism, when a lot of these sorts of things were happening. People would just make up stories in order to sell papers. Like, for example, the Spanish-American War was driven by a lot of that stuff, and they said that there was a connection between the explosion in Cuba in the Savannah Harbor of an American ship that was there, and that they had spies, and actually drew pictures of the spies crossing, even though that didn't happen. It just happened because gunpowder went off that wasn't being kept appropriately. So gunpowder ignited and it exploded, and it was our own foolish fault. But the Spanish-American War wasn't going to be stopped by, people taking time to take sense of things, right? So that's a key thing that happened in American history, just as an example of this, what's happening now. So our primary point of view character isn't exactly the nicest person in the world. He's very manipulative. And so what's going to end up happening after he convinces this recluse to let him into the castle, in about page 2 of the 16 pages, he's going to start sharing stories with him, and he's going to open up with a story that he just totally makes up on the spot, that he thinks he's going to get this guy to open up for the first time in his life to somebody brand new, and he does. And then you're going to hear the story, and then some fun things are going to follow as a result. And so that's it. That is the key concept of the short story. They're going to swap stories. Our point of view character is the liar and just makes up a story. We won't even hear that much about it. We'll just know what the basic concepts were of it, and then we hear what winds up happening. And I really liked it. I really like what wound up happening. I really wind up, how deep it was. So I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 because I definitely enjoyed it for you folks. As a reminder, this channel is named The Worst Thing About New Books because that's a quote by a French philosopher named Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about new books was that they kept us from reading the old ones. And in this case, something that's more than 100 years ago is definitely an older thing that we've forgotten about. So I like to go back and find these things. That's my passion for this channel. Have you read this? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Did you agree or disagree with my 8 out of 10? If so, let's talk about it. If you want to talk about the spoilers or the ending, I can also talk to you about that too. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.